All right, so this is week 2 of the 2-3 zone league that we're doing. Let's learn some stuff here. So first, I like how Alex protects the ball. Small thing, but big thing to me. Colin, you're guarding ball. Now you got to bump Savion down. All right, you're essentially playing man to man. So now the ball touches middle and goes right back where it came from. That's supposed to be like a cardinal sin there, but it's not because the defense is so bad. All right, so y'all know how to run a 2-3 and rotate out of it. You got to do it, or else you're gonna get wide open shots like that. All right, so far the ball is touching one side of the floor. It's not reversing, and y'all are getting good shots, which is just a big sign of a really bad zone, because you should be in your positions for the first two passes. So now there we go, cutting for a layup. It's I think in y'all's play, the way Jabbar drew it up, it's supposed to be Savion cut, not Leon, but nonetheless, the zone's bad, so you get away with a lot. So the purpose, what you want to do is you can raise your shot by 25% if it touches both sides of the floor. You raise it another 25 if it touches middle. The only way to negate that is if you start dribbling and letting the defense get back set. So immediately Xavier dribbles, then passes, throws middle. So although he threw middle, it doesn't matter because he started dribbling. Now the defense back set. Then he throws a one-handed skip pass. All right, so the dribbling is the main thing that's going to hurt those two rules that I gave you. And the fool's gold in all this is if the ball gets to one side of the floor, it comes back. Mark thinks he's guarding Matt instead of an area, and then y'all dribble, stop the ball in the middle, and throw it right back and get a great shot. Mark, you can't do that. Let's look at Bronson. Look how he blocks Xavier out because he sees the shot going in because he's playing below the zone. So he's in a good position. But all 5 guys are below the free throw line. Colin, you can't crash the rebounds. If the blue team gets the ball, that's a layup on the other side. We got to be smarter than that. Remember, know how to check break as well. All right, so I got a little bit of movement, dribble handoff, but now we get exactly what we wanted. Short corner, then middle. Xavier should either dive or space out to the three-point line, and then we throw it opposite. Again, if we were to throw it opposite. Now, why are we dribbling, Jacob? Unless you're going to make Bronson guard you, but you dribbled just to pass it to Xavier. And who is this? Mark gets a wide open shot. The problem with that is he's in the middle. As a coach, I don't like not knowing my shots are coming from. So even though he's wide open because of the bad zone, he didn't have any reason to be out there with the offense we put out there. All right, so still too much dribbling, and the balls aren't on a line yet. All right, so now this should be a quick reversal and then short corner. All right, but so he drives and makes 2 guard him. Again, Colin throws it back where he came from instead of Bronson, who should have dove. Bronson, that's like hitting middle. You should have dove. You should have a bounce pass from Colin for a wide open layup. All right, so again, it's early in the season. We're just learning the rules. Here we go again. The ball came from short corner. Leon dribbles, should hit Matt. He's wide open, but he dribbles and throws it back to the guy who threw it to him. There's no space over there. Look at Savion, look at Matt. One guy has to guard 2 over there. All right, so as we hit middle, let's look at what could have happened, all right, if this wasn't a bad zone. So Matt should have helped up already. Jashawn should dive. Jacob should be in the corner 3 because Savion can only guard 1 person. All right. All right, and again, right now we just don't know where to go with the ball. There's a lot of dribbling against the zone. All right, so the ball finally moves over there. Alex, you got to bump Xavier so he could guard this short corner. All right, because then we dribble twice and then throw it short corner. Now Xavier's still guarding the ball. He hasn't got bumped yet. So as a result, Jashawn has to, try to save everything, and he runs out. Bronson never pump fakes. I don't know why you don't just let guys fly by you sometimes. All right. And then we just end up, moving the ball, throwing up a bunch of threes. All right. So, again, we just got to know the rules and how to attack a zone. All right. Short corner. There's the dive wide open, Garrison. Mark is wide open. All right. But, again, we just don't know the rules yet, so we shoot it. All right. And we're looking for a short corner shot, but not if we got a layup. All right. So, as the ball goes back, Mark, you can't tie your shoe in the middle of a defensive possession. So I said the ball can't swing back where it came from, but again, if you're tying your shoes, Savion gonna live his very best life over there in the corner. All right, so now the ball goes back, and then they get just a wide open catch and shoot. Grant, way to be in position, but you got to push somebody so you get an offensive rebound. All right, so this ball moves quite a bit this possession. Could move a little quicker, but once it's short corner, Garrison makes the play by throwing that skip pass. Now Alex gets a chance to drive. The only good time to drive is when you're making two people guard you. He has a choice, hit Xander or Garrison. All right, both are wide open. All right, so that was a good penetration there. We'll work on driving against the zone and where to attack in the later weeks. All right, so here the ball has touched one side of the floor. Garrison, you could throw that skip pass. You're strong enough to do that. And Xander takes a shot after one touch on one side being touched. So it's a bad shot. All right, and that's what White is getting. They're not executing. They're just getting layups after they make bad decisions. It touched middle. Mark throws opposite. Now you're wide open, Xander. This is the one you should shoot. All right, and now you pass that up and you dribble at the person you're passing to. So now Garrison kind of panics. He should throw a short corner. All right, but Xander brought so many guys to him, he just panicked and threw a bad pass. All right, so we hit middle. Colin, you have to bump. You have to guard the wing from a 2-3. So now, again, you haven't done your job yet, and they're just getting wide open shots at the basket. All right, so what are we in right now? This looks like a 1-4. All right, so we got to, know what defense we're in. So the ball hits short corner. Mark dives, attracts some people. Throw it right back to Jacob. Colin hasn't guarded him yet. And he's just lining it up, shooting off of the ball touching one side of the floor. I don't know how much I can stress how bad that is. All right. So, good pump fake. And then you drive. You're in the paint. Over the top passes should be open to Nick or Brevin. And then, Savion, be shot ready. You should be ready to shoot. But you throw a bounce pass where there's not really a huge pocket, so it just kind of gets clogged up. So know what pass to throw when is key. All right, Alex trying to get a high post. That was good. Don't just force it in there, Jacob. What is he going to do if he catches? It's just too clogged. Let it touch 2 or 3 sides, then throw middle. All right, understand why your teammates aren't being successful. Good way to make 2 guards you, Savion. Colin, I like you passing up this shot. That's good, but you can't swing it because nobody's in position because Savion just drove and Leon's not where he's supposed to be. All right, but Savion just we've dribbled and made too much offense. Let me just take a bad shot. This is a bad shot. Are you in range? Yes. Are you open? No. Are you balanced? Yeah, probably, but you're not open. Y'all got to understand it's a bad zone. So this is why we shoot threes off offensive rebounds. Everybody's looking at Nick. Now you're in range, open, and balanced. That's how I define a good shot. Rob, range, open, balance. All right, Alex, way to talk and get you a high post again. All right, Michaela, don't be a robot. Garrison's cut attracts 4 people. Don't have to throw that. Matter of fact, they hadn't guarded the Jacob action yet. Throw it back to him. And if Colin finally guards Jacob, then Jacob would throw it to Alex. And then y'all get a wide open 3. All right. So now the ball touches one side. Kind of 2 sides, but Alex makes 2 people guard him and then throws it below him, which now Jashawn's going to make 3 people guard him. So again, to negate those side-to-side touches, a paint touch will do it. Now Alexander is open. I have 0 problem with him taking and missing that shot. All right, I put this because Colin, that was great. Bounce pass, that's the only pass you could have thrown. That would have surely got to him. All right, so we're moving the ball. It's got stuck on that side again, which I don't like. But here it comes. Alex gets it middle. We throw it. It turns into a decent possession. Michaela, throw that bounce pass right there to Jashawn or throw it up top to Alex. All right, but again, offensive rebound. So now we're guaranteed to get a good shot if we get a kick out. I would say be ultra aggressive if you're receiving the ball from a offensive rebound. Because now Colin's closing out hard to Alex, and he's in the paint shooting. All right, so that's just a rule of thumb to kind of think about. Hey, if there's offensive board and I get it, I need to be aggressive. And this is why I stress don't close out right hand, right foot on that side. Look at Xander. Colin attacks his right or his top foot. Now he has to turn his hips. And you don't have help there, really, because if Jashawn helps, that's what's going to happen. Colin makes 2 guys guard him off his dribble penetration, which is the only time I want you dribbling. And we get a wide open shot. All right, y'all just got to make those layups. All right. right. So bump him, Colin, so he could get down and guard Michaela. Mark, you should be mad at your pass. Michaela, you need to be mad because you need to catch that anyway. All right. That shouldn't turn into a turnover. All right. So we're dribbling the ball to the right. Of course, we're right-handed, so we're on the right side. Nobody's on the left wing, so we can't swing it. But Mark, let's watch you. You randomly walk up for no reason. All right. Colin is dribbling up top, and he throws it back to the side it came from, but you're guarding a man and not an area, so you don't see ball and man. Savion's wide open again. So here I'm talking to Jabari. I'm like, hey, Jabari, tell your team to make the ball touch both sides of the floor. And he's like, well, the defense is so bad, my guys are wide open. Do I tell him not to take a good shot? And so I'll tell you this, he's not wrong. So defensively, we just got to grow because it's tough for everybody in the session to grow if the defense is bad and you don't understand. So now Xavier gets the ball. He takes it right back where it came from. But if he throws it to Michaela, she could drive. Jacob floats. And somebody will be wide open. Does that make sense? Throw it to Michaela. She drives at Grant. Grant has to guard. Jacob's wide open for three. But instead, we get an off-the-dribble pull-up shot in front of a defender. All right? So we just got to know how to create and get what we want. Now, I put this because it jumps off the court at me. He passes with his left hand, the only pass that won't get deflected. All right? Learn that skill, guys. Jacob, you're just walking around randomly. You're not guarding anybody, any area. So they hit middle effortlessly. Brevin, you can't post up because look at your hips. You're not turned if you catch the ball to score a layup. So that's why I can't get on Savion for not throwing it to you because you're not positioned to catch and score. All right? Good 0.5 decision, Colin. You didn't even dribble and you threw it to Nick. That was good. But we got to fix those possessions. As we catch it here, Xavier, good pump fake. But look at Nick and Colin. Y'all are in the same spot. Y'all are supposed to be guarding the area. Who has high post? Nobody. So Brevin has to overhelp, and then Mark has a wide open layup that he needs to finish. All right, so we can't be in the same spots all the time. All right, Xavier settles for a jump shot. And that's, again, blue team's just not getting quality shots up consistently. All right, I'm not sure who the high post is. But you need, again, you're posting up, Brevin, and you need to be out, all right? You're so used to posting up. You got to understand against the zone, the short corner is what's vulnerable, not the post up. All right, so Matt takes it the opposite direction and goes out to a three-point line with his toe on it. But, Matt, look at Savion. I just feel like Savion's going to make that layup more than you're going to hit that three. All right, so the reason your coach is on you and you probably should get pulled out is because that was a Matt shot, not a white team shot. All right, so y'all got to know why. Y'all aren't getting what the offense is designed to get. All right, so there we go. We should hit middle, Xavier. All right, we got to know where we want the ball and where it hurts their defense. And then you kind of over dribble and you never really get to hit middle when white team was out of position and you could have. All right, so I do like this. You make two guys guard you, then you throw a middle. Mark, just know that's not a bad shot, but if it's not open, Alex is open if you kick it. If you see that third bottom row guy in front of you, the opposite guy is wide open. But that turns into, should have been a layup, all right, because we're missing. We need to make our layups. We're not finishing at all. Good swing, good swing. So now this comes to what do I do with the ball? So I'm making two guys guard me. Pump fake. Now, the only person you don't want to throw to is the one that's guarded. Alex should have floated into your area right in front of that red chair. But that's a live ball turnover nonetheless, and that's what really won the game for the white team. All right, it wasn't that they executed at some high level or played defense at a level that y'all didn't play it at. They simply got more fast break live ball turnovers than you all did. All right. Jacob, good middle. Hey, this is what messes up. We always dribble. Just throw it to Jashawn right now. He's open. But the dribble threw us off in our time, and it bounces twice and goes through his legs. All right, so we got to know again, us dribbling, it makes us a worse shooter and passer. All right, especially when you do it unnecessarily like Colin just did. All right, so think about this, Bronson. If we hit Matt catches, Savion is ahead of everybody. Jashawn would have to guard Matt, and he'd have a layup. All right. So, again, that's a Bronson shot. That's not a white team shot. All right, and we just have too many of those. Like, oh, we've been passing too long. Let me shoot. Well, there's no shot clock. Another good pass by Jacob. Jacob is actually hitting middle a lot. He played a better game in that respect. Connor, I said a good bounce pass earlier, but you can't throw it every time. Now, this is 100% an Xavier shot, not a blue team shot. Whenever y'all are confused, y'all always take these types of shots. Or if you haven't shot the ball in a while, y'all say, hey, we haven't scored in a while. Let me take another bad shot. Don't make sense. All right, so let's circle everybody's foot that should step first. All right, Bronson's left foot should step in. Matt should step up because they're pinching. Colin has shooter. And Savion should step up and into Michaela. Savion does nothing, and Bronson moves his wrong foot, so he doesn't pinch well. Jashawn doesn't try hard to rebound, but there's just no excuse. Y'all got rules and what y'all need to do on free throw blockouts. Make sure you do them. Xander, you got to have a plan, man. You're dribbling like right at Jacob. He's like, what is he doing? You throw it across the court. Quit dribbling. Just pass the ball. You got to learn the rules of basketball so you don't look helter-skelter out there. Excuse awesome. All right, so now, Alex, you got to float to an open lane, like right there where Jay's head is. Jashawn might be able to see you, all right? And then we could throw that skip pass and have a 2-1 split on the opposite side, all right? And Jashawn, you can't be a robot and just say just because they said hit the dive guy that you don't have to read the defense, all right? All right, so just Savion, that's just a bad turnover. That's not even like a steal. He takes that with both hands. He doesn't even like deflect it first. All right, so you gotta, again, these live ball turnovers are really hurting y'all. All right, Alex drives, but he makes 2 guards, so we'll forgive it. All right, and way to move the ball quickly. And because Alex made 2 guard him and Xavier moved it quickly, that's a wide open shot with very little movement or offense. So imagine if we added that stuff. All right, good left-handed pass, Xavier. Xavier, I don't think you're supposed to be running short corner, but nonetheless, Leon, that's not your coverage. You're not guarding a man. That's Matt's coverage. So Jashawn's open for the dive, Xavier. All right. But now we get into the paint. Alex, I like that you're driving. But look, the only person you can't throw it to is Xavier. Everybody else is a good option. Mark, Jashawn, back to Michaela. All right. So you throw it to the only person who's not open because you're in the air. So you just got to know where to throw the ball and when. All right, so here we go. Way to drive. I like that. And then, Xavier, you stop ball at the top of the key again. We need the quick swing. You stop the ball again. All right, so we can't be successful if you keep stopping the ball, especially at the top of the key. Now, this is a good over the top to Garrison in short corner. Jashawn dives, and hey, we just missed the shot. And also, if he's 2 cover, Garrison, remember, over the top to Xavier would have been open. All right, so another just quick shot. I think y'all are desperate right now because y'all are down. So definitely a makeable shot, but I don't know time and score, so that might have been okay. All right, there goes our penetration. Pocket pass and throw it opposite. That's good, Savion. Now look down low to Brevin. Passing up a good shot for a great one. Nick is, yes, a makeable shot, but Brevin can hit that shot, and then we hit the dive guy. All right, this is actually pretty good. Make sure y'all get in the windows, Michaela and Alex, because if he threw it to y'all, he'd have to throw it over people. Y'all got to be in those windows where you could just throw a straight pass. All right, Nick, you can't drive where the ball came from. All right, not only do you dribble there, you also pass it there while bringing a defender, which Michaela should be just trapping Savion, and he should turn that over. But nonetheless, since he kind of gets it out of there somehow, now y'all get an opposite pass. Grant normally wouldn't be able to drive past Jashawn, but he has to sprint at him. So Grant does, gets his paint touch, and now Savion is wide open. All right, so that ends up being good offense. But Nick, you can't do that drive. Drive and pass while you're dribbling at somebody. All right, so here we come with the ball. Nick, you're strong, right? So no matter what, you're going that direction. We just got to strengthen that left hand. All right, so we're not so predictable. All right, here comes a skip. Now, Garrison, let's watch you. If you're going to play the wing in this possession, you can't keep crossing the three-point line because you're killing the spacing. So now Nick can guard both of y'all. And then you cross again, and you're really close to Michaela, so there's no spacing so we could get an easy shot or closeout. But watch Mark right here. I like this. While looking at the rim, he passes, which makes Brunson close out longer to him, and now Alex is wide open. All right, so Mark got Alex a really, really good shot by constantly being a threat while he was passing. Now this is good. We hit middle. All right, now we throw it out immediately. Brevin, I'm not crazy about him being on the block, but he is wide open, Nick. And sometimes you just got to make that pass just to let coaches know that you see it. Up to this point, I don't even know if you see it, even though that wasn't a bad shot. All right. So the ball doesn't go back. It stays on the same side. Xander hasn't shot in a while, and this is the type of shot we get, one that has zero chance of going in. Are you in range? Maybe. Open? No. Are you balanced? Kind of. All right, so this is just a bad shot. See, y'all have to do a better job of talking because right now y'all are in a 1-2-2 defense, and we've never gotten in that. So now what's open is that baseline drive and pocket pass. Good setup, Grant. Matt, you got to go up and finish that. All right, so 1-2-2, that pocket pass is open. If y'all are in a 2-3, it would not be there. So y'all got to get in the right spots. Matt, you got to understand, this is a bad shot, but Blue's down. They're desperate. You can't foul him on this. Go straight up with both hands and make him shoot over you. All right, so Matt's hands is on his hips. He's not ready to rebound. His right foot should steps towards Garrison. Nick's left foot should steps towards Xander. Brevin should pinch, and Brunson has shooter. But look at both Nick and Matt when they take off. Both of them step straight back and not into their guy. So now they're underneath the basket, and now it's about to be an adventure to get this rebound. All right, so they end up getting it, but the mechanics made it just too hard. So, Nick, you can't just go right just because everybody wants you to, all right, because this happens. Now you're dribbling at a guy and you're passing it. So you brought extra defenders, so now look what situation you put Grant in, all right? So you got to do better with that, and it starts with just dribbling with both hands. All right, so here we go. I'm not crazy about Brevin being on the block, not short corner. Nick should be on the opposite side. But the ball goes there, and there he goes looking for the dive guy, which is Matt. Good dive. And then he finishes over the top. All right, so Brevin, even though you're not in the right spot, at least you know where to go with the ball when you get it, so that's good. All right, Jacob's doing a better job at swinging. We get to the short corner. All right, now it's time for it to get to the opposite side. That's good. All right, and it hits middle. This is a great possession, and this is a fine shot. If you could throw it to Michaela while she's closing out, it'd turn a good shot into a great one. But nonetheless, the movement served you guys well. All right, so again, it's moving from side to side. Jacob's kind of stopping it, but but still, there's still movement. So now the ball gets there, and now you do throw it, and now Michaela's more open than you were. All right, she just got to knock this in. But again, y'all are getting everything y'all want this possession. All right. So where it kind of falls apart is after y'all miss, y'all don't understand that those were great shots. And then y'all end up taking a bad one. So now we're moving the ball. We're doing every person who has caught it has dribbled. Jacob lost the ball, which means it kind of started over. Y'all need to redo y'all's touches. And there goes Xander. He hadn't shot in a while. Let me just take a bad shot. And this is capitalizing mistakes. So you're guarding the ball super tough. But y'all are in a 2-3 zone. All right, so now you've gotten so anxious that now you're just guarding a man. Y'all aren't in a zone anymore. All right, so we just got to slow down and think. All right, don't capitalize mistakes. So, Nick, when you catch it here, again, lose the dribble at somebody and pass it. All right, those are going to turn into turnovers. You got to be more patient than that. Now, look, Bronson's the only guy up top. All right, so now Brunson has to sprint at Jacob, and I don't mind that. Pump fake, we're living with that shot all day. All right, that's just fine right there. All right, good rebound, you two. But y'all need to rip it down. All right, so good penetration. Jacob needs to hurry up and get out the paint. Now you just got to swing it, Xavier, and the ball stops with you too often. All right, so this next Sunday, we want to see that ball keep moving. All right, Brevin, you got to find a way to keep that ball. All right, you got to possess that. You can't lose that possession. All right, so now the ball really is moving well. All right, now we get a paint touch, so that means we're going to get a wide open shot from there. Everybody's looking at the ball. Kick out. Alex is wide open, and that's actually the shot that you guys want, so he just misses it. Hey, we want to learn how to penetrate the zone, but we got to learn how to pass through it first. So on Sunday, let's have a better showing, and I'll see you guys then.